Welcome back to Aging is for Everyone. We're talking about fun things to do in Buffalo and talking about the Buffalo History Museum with Connie Caldwell. And we just talked a little bit about some great exhibits you've got coming up that open in September. I understand you also have a fun opening event for those exhibits. Let's tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, we do, and it is for members only. And I, of course, being communications and fight the press. But that's one thing I wanted to let people know about our membership. I mean, it's first of all, it's very affordable, and if people actually take advantage of the membership, they can ultimately see many things, and it's just an invaluable experience for one thing, and they can see many things and save over $200 by just taking in some of the lectures, some of the party on the porticos, some of the giants of Buffalo, and then of course all of our openings, which are free to the members. And it's a reception, and there's beverages and soft drinks and champagne, and curator tours and things of that nature.
So they might get a little bit more behind the scenes look with those curator tours than they would get on a regular.
Well, you're getting it right from the horse's mouth.
Right.
The curator who painstakingly, wrote and pulled everything together and researched every artifact, every item, so they can talk in depth as you want to get, and they're on hand to talk, to ask many of the questions.
Great. So tell me a little bit more about membership. Are there different levels, like for families and individuals?
Oh, yes. There are, of course, children, and then adult and senior and student, and that's something that can easily be found by going on our website, buffalohistory.org, or they can also always call the museum at 873-9644, and there, anyone will take questions about membership, whoever they get, whether they can call me personally, Connie Caldwell, and so it's something that I think not only does it support, of course, the community and the cultural asset itself, which is the Buffalo History Museum, but I do find it something that is just it's just a wonderful experience to go to the History Museum and see what's going on and learn some of these stories, and then use also the research library where you can research your own history and your own story, and that too is free to members.
Great. So there's a lot of value in becoming a member.
Absolutely.
And as we mentioned, you have the opening for the 4 exhibits that's coming up, and if somebody becomes a member, they can go to that for
Admission is free.
Wonderful.
And we do have some free events for veterans of war, and we honor, that's something that we honor, and that's relatively new since 11/11/11, when Melissa Brown, our current executive director, came on. That was one thing she wanted to do, was just make it free, not just for a special week or the weekend of, but all the time throughout the year. Veterans can visit the museum for free.
That's wonderful. That's a great benefit.
Yeah, it's a wonderful benefit.
And it's a wonderful thing to recognize their service. Great. Now also, you have the M&T events happening, the third Fridays. Tell me a little bit about those.
And that's fairly new as well. We are now the M&T Third Friday, and I think 3 is a charm. And with that, we have all kinds of wonderful programming going on too with that. We, well, coming up for the purpose of this program, we do have in the fall, Charles Phoenix coming, and that's in November. And again, all these things can be found on our website, or if you become a member, you do get this mailed to you, and it's our newsletter. It's called The Album. And it's a wonderful piece that has all the programming in it for 3 months. It comes out quarterly, and it has a picture page.
Great.
Which, I love putting this together, because it not only shows the events and the people that work at the History Museum, but there's some fun shots and who's who shots. And then on this page is our entire entire calendar.
Okay.
And this comes in box for members.
Okay.
And there's also some interesting pieces, like there's the staff picks, we have this wonderful gift shop that have unique Buffalo gifts and books.
Right.
So the staff members will read a book and then they'll write about it, or they'll pick their favorite book and write a review. And just all kinds of different, an introductory letter from Melissa, the executive director, spotlight on an artifact, which is also invaluable to me because we can't bring out, we have 100,000 pieces in our collection.
You can't put everything on display at once.
You can't put it all out, so you can spotlight certain things, and we do have these themes around the newsletter.
That's great, and especially nice that it's in print because I do know that, especially the older seniors, I often hear complaints, is everything only on people's website? You know, they want to have something to look at, and it's kind of nice to have something that you don't have to go to your printer and print out and be able to see what's happening. So that is for members, another great member benefit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if somebody hasn't been to the Buffalo History Museum in several years, there's certainly a reason for them to come back.
There's a lot of new things to see, and like I said, it's so much to talk about because there's 33% more programming, and it's all kinds of things from dance to there's a jazz event that's going to be featured, the history of jazz in Buffalo. There is coming in October, Murder at the Museum, and it's an interactive play with Actors Anonymous, and it's going to be loosely based on, or the backdrop is going to be the Great Gatsby era, 20s, 30s, and there will be references to things in the History Museum, a whodunit. So I don't know who done it yet. I'll have to go and find out, but that'll be a lot of fun. People like interactive theater that is all about the history, it'll be based on the items that we have at the History Museum.
Great, great. So it sounds like there's a lot to see and definitely a reason to come out for folks to get that membership.
Yes, there are family events. There are, if you're the serious historian or the, you want to hear about the War of 1812, there's also a lecture series that's been going on since January, and it'll close in December.
Great, great. Well, thank you so much for being with us, and hopefully folks will check out the website or call to get more information about the great events.
Thank you so much for having me.
Great.
Appreciate it.
And thank you for being with us. We will see you next month for more Aging is for Everyone.